5 March daily. Your patience just paid off. Yes, your patience just paid off. But not in the way you expected, and that is why you must listen closely right now. You clicked on this because something inside you felt the shift, yet part of you is still wondering if it is truly happening. I know the tension in your heart because I have watched every second of your waiting, every silent prayer you whispered when no one else understood. Stay with me, and I will show you why the delay was necessary, what was happening behind the scenes, and how this very moment marks the turning point you have been praying for. You thought I was silent, but I was working. You thought I was distant, but I was closer than your next breath. Every time you chose patience instead of quitting, you were aligning yourself with my timing. I saw the nights you stared at the ceiling asking, "How much longer?" I saw the days you forced a smile while carrying disappointment that felt too heavy for words. Do not believe for a moment that those seasons were invisible to me. I was measuring your endurance, strengthening your faith, and guarding you from outcomes that would have broken you if they had arrived too soon. You see, patience is not passive. It is powerful. When you waited instead of forcing doors open, you allowed me to remove obstacles you could not see. When you resisted the urge to compromise, you protected the blessing from becoming contaminated by desperation. The waiting refined you. It removed pride. It exposed hidden fears. It deepened your trust. You were not standing still. You were being transformed. There were conversations happening that you knew nothing about. There were closed doors that felt like rejection but were actually protection. There were delays that frustrated you, yet they prevented you from stepping into half-formed opportunities. I do not delay without purpose. I do not withhold without reason. When I ask you to wait, it is because I am aligning something that requires precision. A single premature step could have cost you peace. So I slowed you down to secure your future. And now you feel it, don't you? A subtle shift. A quiet confirmation. The sense that something is finally moving. That is not coincidence. That is alignment reaching completion. Your patience has created capacity. Your waiting has built endurance. Your tears have watered the soil beneath your feet. What you are about to receive will not feel chaotic or rushed. It will feel steady, grounded, right. But understand this clearly. The greatest reward is not just what is coming to you. The greatest reward is who you have become while waiting. You are stronger now. Wiser now. Less easily shaken. You learn to lean on me instead of your own understanding. And that is why this breakthrough will not destroy you. It will establish you. So when I say your patience just paid off, I am not speaking casually. I am declaring that the season of unseen growth has produced visible fruit. What once felt empty was sacred preparation. What once felt like delay was divine design. And this is only the beginning of what that waiting season was building within you. Listen carefully. What you call delay was actually me increasing the weight of the blessing so it would match the strength I was forming inside you. If I had answered you at your first cry, you would have celebrated for a moment but collapsed under the responsibility of what you were asking for. You prayed for expansion, but expansion without endurance becomes pressure. You asked for elevation, but elevation without humility becomes destruction. So I did not rush. I watched you wrestle with doubt. I allowed you to sit in seasons where nothing seemed to move because in those still places, your roots were stretching deeper than your eyes could see. I was not ignoring you. I was enlarging you. You see, when a structure is meant to stand tall, the foundation must go far beneath the surface. That is what I was doing within you. I was removing the need for constant validation. I was teaching you how to trust my voice when external evidence was absent. I was breaking off old dependencies and replacing them with quiet confidence. The delay exposed your impatience, yes, but it also revealed your resilience. Every time you felt like giving up yet chose to stay faithful, you were lifting spiritual weight. Every time disappointment tried to harden your heart, but you remained open, you were becoming stronger. There were moments you compared yourself to others who seemed to move faster, receive sooner, rise quicker. But you did not see the full picture of their journey, and they could not see the depth of yours. I tailor timing individually. I know exactly what you can handle and when you can handle it. What I am placing in your hands now requires maturity, discernment, and steadiness. It requires a heart that has learned patience. That is why the wait stretched longer than you preferred, because the blessing is larger than you imagined. Understand this. I do not measure readiness by your desire. I measure it by your development. And development cannot be microwaved. It must be cultivated. The quiet seasons shaped your character in ways applause never could. They taught you discipline when no one was watching. They built integrity when shortcuts were tempting. They formed gratitude through scarcity so abundance would not make you arrogant. So when you feel the doors beginning to open, do not forget that your shoulders are now strong enough to carry what is stepping through them. You are not receiving something fragile. You are receiving something substantial. And because the weight of it matches the growth within you, it will not overwhelm you. It will establish you. This is why I let it take time. This is why I allowed you to wait. The delay was never punishment. It was construction. And now you stand ready to hold what once would have broken you. And I'll look again at your journey, every closed door, every unanswered message, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, and see it through my eyes. What once felt like rejection was redirection. What once felt like silence was strategy. What once felt like loss was protection wearing unfamiliar clothing. You could not understand it then because you were standing in the middle of it. But now you are stepping beyond it, and clarity is rising where confusion once lived. This is the moment where you begin to see that your patience did not simply pay off. It positioned you perfectly. If I had allowed certain doors to remain open, you would have settled for less than your assignment. If I had let certain relationships continue, they would have drained the strength I needed to preserve within you. If I had granted certain requests immediately, you would have mistaken comfort for calling. So I intervened quietly. I shifted paths without announcement. I closed chapters without explanation. Not to hurt you, but to guard you. You asked me to bless you, but blessing sometimes begins with removal. You asked me to elevate you, but elevation requires detachment from what cannot rise with you. And though you cried in the moment, though you questioned my timing, you did not walk away. That faithfulness matters more than you realize. Because now when I open a door, you will walk through it differently. You will not cling out of fear. You will not rush out of insecurity. You will move with calm assurance because you have learned that my timing is precise. And this next chapter will not feel forced. It will feel aligned. The relationships will carry peace instead of anxiety. The opportunities will fit without manipulation. The progress will unfold steadily instead of chaotically. You will sense the difference immediately, not because it is flashy, but because it is right. This is the fruit of patience. This is the evidence of trust. This is the reward of endurance. So do not look back with regret. Look back with revelation. The waiting season was not wasted. It was sacred ground where strength was formed, character was refined, and faith was proven. And now you stand at the edge of fulfillment, not by accident, not by luck, but by alignment. Your patience has paid off, and what unfolds next will confirm that I was guiding you the entire time. Amen.